Despite a lot of its flaws, one has to applaud the 2015 RID series for introducing new characters. I mean, sure, most of them are just Decepticons that were obviously created in a collaboration with Jay Naylor, but the core Autobot cast is actually thoroughly enjoyable. It's a small group with easily identifiable characters, and each one of them has depth, flaws, and chemistry. It's also got one of the best representations of Grimlock since G1 in my opinion. The Cybertron games don't count, I'm talking about movies and television. I just wish these characters would translate well into their toy forms better. Considering the target demographic, Hashtag has clearly put more effort into making their toys simpler for younger audiences. This is rendered entirely pointless though, as we now have 1-step and 3-step and whatever step, for kids who can't read instructions of course. I'm not saying that they have to be overly complex, but just a little bit more effort into the designs would have gone a long way. But how does this figure turn out? Well, in vehicle mode, both great and terrible. The sculpting is on point with the animation model, and if you want, you can even do some panel lining with a Gundam marker. Not that I'd recommend that, considering how Repro Labels has made a set for this though. The weapon stores quite well under the truck, and I really like how it works. You can also peg it on top, which doesn't look too bad. Finally, as a size comparison, because it also counts as a pro, Strongarm is big, as she should be. We're not in slim Fembot territory here. This is the police force! The bad, however, comes with the abysmal paint job. The colours are fine, but there's just not enough of them. The biggest offender is the lack of window paint at the back, which I already made a joke about in the Combiner Wars Thunderclash review. Yes, that's what I'm calling him, get over it. The front section is next on the list. No grille, no bumper, no nothing. Just some blue lights at the front in the same colour as the bar on the top. Saves money, but plays hell with the figure. There are tons of other issues here with the paint scheme, but it'll take way too long to go into the detail, so I'll just leave you with these shots that clearly outline the decos that are needed. The transformation is actually pretty good though, despite its simplicity. Too bad it's ruined by the first step where you unpeg the entire middle section of the car. If it had done something else and compressed, it would have been fine, but no! Hasbro has to make these shell bits do nothing else whatsoever. The design work is fine, and I don't feel like many things were left out when they should have been there, but damn, that first step just sucks and leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Not that you eat your toys, no, no, no. Don't eat plastic, it's bad for you. Robot mode actually fares a little bit better than vehicle mode. I mean, sure, that backpack is terrible, but if you're okay with Datsun-style door wings, then you shouldn't have too many problems. The rest is actually pretty good, aside from some questionable arm designs with lackluster posing of the shoulders and the oversized hand cradles. This actually looks like Strongarm. Everything that needs to be here is here, and that's commendable with the limits in place. The head sculpt is really awesome, and I don't mind that it's not got the details from the show. Nothing a little white paint won't fix. Also, I don't mind how the gun is always being fired. The energy effect is an interesting thing that sets it apart from others. That poker chip though, nobody likes the poker chip, and mine keeps peeling off too. What I like even less, however, is the Repro Label's attempt to catch it up. The sculpting there kind of ruins it, so I'll leave it. For articulation, the head is on a ball joint, and the shoulders are on incredibly restricted hinges and ball joints. She has sort of double jointed elbows, and a bicep swivel. She has an epic waist joint, which is awesome. Universal joints, a thigh swivel, and a 90-degree knee bend. It's a shame it doesn't go further, as there's a lot of hollow space in those legs. All in all, for what this figure's trying to do, it's not actually that bad. Could it have been done better? Yes. Does it need to be done better? Paint-wise, yes. But aside from the paint, no. I give this figure 4 stars. It's not worth what I paid, which is a whopping $35 from an obscure comic store in Melbourne. But since I'm a fan of the character, I have no regrets. But seriously, don't visit Minotaur. It's overpriced. Next time we go to our next Fembot with... oh boy, this one's gonna be tough.